one of the pictures of Moderna. I put 2 drops on a glass slide. I had a compound microscope. That's it, guys. You could get it easily, $300. And I had a white light going up on the middle and a glass top on the very top. And that's it. I waited 2 hours. And it was translucent at first, and all of a sudden, colors appeared. Vibrant purples, blues, reds, greens. I'm like, I've never seen this chemical reaction. There was no chemical reaction, right? So I ended up finding out all these colors, actually, when they appear under a white light, that's a sign of a superconducting material inside these injections. All the manufacturers have that. What that means, it's proof they are putting an injectable computing system inside every single one of these vials. An injectable computing system. Did they say anything to any of us? No. There's little cubes on this one. I'm just showing some of these photos. Here's another one. It's hard to see on this photo, but at the very edge, it's a cube-like structure. We're not quite sure exactly what that is right now. So also I saw a lot of metallic flecks, fragments. I didn't see anything about metal fragments on the ingredient list, again. And these metallic fragments, to me, look a little more exotic. It's not like your typical aluminum, et cetera, right? This one is strange. It's so opaque, it leaves its own shadow. This is, some of these pictures are between 100 times magnification, which is nothing, to 400 up to 600 times magnification. This is not nanotechnology. I mean, this is not looking at nanotechnology. This is on a much grander scale. This is crazy. So this picture kind of has been going around, I think. I'm going to give you a close-up of him. This was on the first slide I did, and there's the cover slip, right? So everything gravitated to the very edges of the cover slip. That's where I saw a lot of action. There was a lot of aggregation. There was self-assembling. This is 2 hours. It's not like 12 hours. 2 hours time. I also saw this thing. I was shocked. It actually was able to lift itself up off of the glass slide. You can't see it? Okay. It was able to lift itself up off of the glass slide. It had tentacles like you see here. It was able to move. It is my opinion, and this is my interpretation, that it was self-aware. I've never encountered anything like that. I've done slides. I've done all kinds of preparation of slides of biologic materials, et cetera. Never have I witnessed anything like that. And so I did cry. I cried. And then I thought, well, okay, perhaps that was a fluke. Surely, maybe some contamination, right? So 2 months later, I get another Moderna vial, and I look at it under the microscope, and here's, what is that? Still trying to figure it out, guys. But we shouldn't have unidentified objects inside of these injections. Another, these string-like material, I'm like looking at, I'm like, this almost looks like some kind of a living organism. And then I see another one. And then I cried hard. You may not know what that means. I do. These are parasites that are made to meld with your nervous tissue. Imagine a child that is forming their neural network. I want you to feel what I feel. I want you to get that righteous anger. We need it now. No more. Just on an aside, if you know the book of Revelation, doesn't that kind of look like a scorpion? Guess what else it can do? The tentacles, it's called Hydra vulgaris. The tentacles have the ability to give a paralyzing, a venomous, or a toxic reaction. Wow, it sounds like something else I read, right? Why would they want that? Well, Hydra vulgaris is actually a organism, and I don't know what that is an organism that is immortal in the lab. It can continually renew itself. If you chop it up into tiny pieces, put it in a petri dish, it will actually self-assemble itself back over and over and over again innumerable times. It'll make itself anew. If you chop off a tentacle, 3 more will grow. And the transhumanists love this organism. They think it's fantastic. Again, that was 100 magnification, I'm sorry, the last one. So this is the edge of the cover slip. There's a lot of debris, kind of graphene-like material, and then we start to see a lot of ring structures in here. Now this one is with the Johnson & Johnson vial. Let me get to the, so again, ring-like structures, what they are is they appear to be delivery systems. So they'll start like this and they get bigger, 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 they thin themselves out. A gelatinous material extrudes from it like a hydrogel, okay? And then this was like a bundle of cells growing. What are those cells? We don't know. We need to analyze them. What kind of cells are being injected into people? A crystalline structure, little crystals. Like literally this is like a kitchen sink, dirty kind of experiment going on. These are iridescent silicon-like wafers. If they pile on top of each other, they can make their own circuitry boards. Hydrogel, it's a gelatinous material here. Again, more hydrogel with more of these spheres, these rings. So I saw them in all the manufacturers, all of them. So no one is different than another. I don't care if they come out with a new one, guys. Don't ask me if it's safe to take it. They're all bad. So I was very fortunate to work with Project Veritas recently. So bravo, right? They're amazing. Patriots. Another round of applause. So they will be releasing their findings soon. I worked with them. And so we were looking under the microscope at Pfizer vial. And they have documentation to share too from a brave whistleblower. So anyway, in this is a Pfizer vial. You see a lot of these dark particles. These are like graphene oxide particle material. So what we were witnessing over time under the microscope was something called Tesla phoresis. Have you heard of that? So what that means is that you can put all these little tiny like beads, let's say, that have the potential to make their own wiring in the body. And what you do is you just have an external magnetic force or another kind of electric force, let's say, or frequency, and they will start to form and coalesce into a string-like spider web all by themselves. So you just have to put the junk in somewhere, turn on a frequency, and voila, it starts to make its own neural network, a string-like consistency. We were seeing it here inside of this vial, starting to coalesce, starting to form structures. It's a little bit difficult to see, but up there, I don't know if I can do a pointer. Can't see my pointer. Anyhow, there's a stellate kind of figure in the middle. So if you knew what a human nerve cell looked like, a dendrite, it would look just like this. But this isn't from a human, guys. This is from whatever they're injecting inside of you. They're literally, this is my opinion, they're trying to put another kind of nervous system inside of you, but an AI kind, or they're hijacking this parasite to put inside of you. These are my hypotheses. I encourage you to do your own research. And for the people who don't believe me under the microscope, you can get a $300 microscope and you can put the drops on there and you can look and see the pictures too, right? So this is another organism. We see this over and over. This would be like a polypodium or a Hydra vulgaris organism. Again, we see this over. It's not a mistake. It's in different states, multiple vials, multiple batches, multiple times. There's no mistake. Another one. This is very similar to some ectoderm of a parasite. I mean, we could go on and on, parasite after parasite looking. And let me back up. They appear to be parasites, right? If it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, walks like a duck, it probably is, right? Again, more ring-like structures. How is this in the betterment of humanity? Is this why ivermectin and hydroxychloroquine are so banned from everybody? Right? Now we know. I want you to see this guy. This guy is another organism that we saw. This was in a Johnson & Johnson vial. Watch closely the translucent thing that moves around the edge of the ring. Do you see that?
He's got feet, I think.
At first I thought it was another, let me back up and do that again so you can see. Okay. Oops. I'm going to try to do this properly. All right, play. Sorry guys. Anyway, it's a translucent, I thought it was like a larvae, like another life form, but the way it moved was more robotic to me. This could be a nanobot. We don't know. I'm showing you pictures, and I think you don't have to have a science degree. You don't have to have a medical degree to know that should not be in any human body injected into our children, our babies, and us. I wanted to show you this. We had healthy blood of a young man, put a drop under the slide, it moved normally, right? Every time we added a drop of the injection from the Pfizer vial, this organism formed, which looked just like the coronavirus. You know what? It wasn't in the vial by itself. It wasn't in the blood. Only when the blood and the injection, or I'm sorry, the contents of the vial hit together, that formed. This is one drop of Moderna. One drop. One drop. Look at the movement. It's not normal. They tell you they're putting living organisms inside of you. This is just more graphene kind of substance. Hydra vulgaris, look it up. The UC Davis loves this against the transhumanist movement because of all of this. And it's kind of funny, they like to say Hail Hydra. Have you heard of that before? Symbolism is everywhere. Watch for it, then you'll know who they serve. It's just more about the Hail Hydra. And it's life forms, but I like to always see symbolism, right? So the grown version of this Hydra is called a Medusa. And the Hydra also means many-headed serpent. Wow, haven't I read that before in the book of Revelation? This is just showing how they can chop it up and put it into a vial, and then it can grow itself again once it's in its host. Is that good? Okay, got it. Okay, so this slide was just to show you that maybe one may not be Hydra vulgaris. Maybe it's Nematostella or Acropora. Okay, my point is, it comes from the same family. They all can do the same things. Okay, we can go into splicing hairs later, but this is just to show you that they all can do this. And so my warning to you is this: is a picture says 1,000 words, right? And I want to shock you. I want to make you have emotion and passion, because that's what we need right now. And people ask me, well, how did this happen and how do we get out of it? Why we got here? It's one reason. We disconnected ourselves from God our Father in heaven. God did not leave us, we left God. We need to make that right. You need to start praying and worshiping and putting God first in everything and remembering who you are and what you are. You are royal birthright. You have a divinity inside of you, a light that God gave every single one of us, if you choose to connect with it, because we have free will, right? If you haven't read on Jesus Christ, Yeshua, you should, because he gave us the instructions on what to do right now. With God, we are unstoppable. We are powerful beings. We don't have to be afraid of any of this technology, because with God, we have this force that in a blink of an eye, we change it all. And you just don't know who you are yet. And I'm here with you because I'm here to remind you who you are. And for my last breath on this earth, I will fight with you and for the world and for our children. There's nothing greater in this world.
because in today's world, we can still buy, we can still sell, we can still do everything that we want to do. We can still have a job. These are things that you're not going to be able to do when the mark of the beast is here unless you have the mark.
So the lady in this video is saying that the C-19 jab is the mark of the beast. If that were the case, why is she still able to buy food? Because with the mark of the beast, you won't, if you don't have it, you will not be able to buy or sell anything. The fact that she's able to freely be able to live her life without having the jab, that tells you right there, whatever she's speaking on does not make any sense. Do not listen to what these people are saying. The jab is not the mark, y'all.
We have taken a look at the word might. The usage of the word impossible means to be unable to. The usage of the word possible means to be able to. Strong's G1410, the word might means to be able to or possible. So there's a possibility. which therefore confirms that you will be able to buy and sell without the mark of the beast. Taking the mark of the beast is a choice that comes by deceit. There's no scriptures that says you will not, you can't, you cannot buy or sell without the mark. This is why the mark of the beast is here and you are still waiting for it to come.
Study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure.
In 2016, Klaus Schwab, and I bring the video, says that by 2026, remember, 2026, when Medicare will begin to become insolvent, every single human being will be tagged with a digital identifier. Next. And here's a patent, United States patent, that describes the technology that already exists in the vaccines that can measure your biometric data and transmit that information with your location to a third party. This is not science fiction. This is the patent. It's very difficult. It's 50 pages of nanotechnology engineering. But if you look through it and you study it hard enough, you will see that this is true. Next. This is a Microsoft patent from last year, 2020. Look at it. It's WO 2020-06-06-06. You can't make this stuff up. And this patent describes the linkage of biometric data transmission to cryptocurrency. Next. So, question. How do you get 7 billion people to willingly get implanted with a technology that measures and transmits your biometric data with your location to a third party? I wonder how you do it. Next. How about you create a bioweapon, you scare the hell out of the whole planet, you isolate them, put a face diaper on them, make them go psychologically nuts, and then offer a false promise of a vaccine that contains that technology. Why else would children who have a 99.998% chance of recovery from COVID with no treatment be given these injections? It's not for their health.
That escalated quickly. 4 days ago, Dr. Nowak published his graphene hydroxide video. Yesterday I published my translation. Today there is a video coming out of his supposed partner saying he has been killed. It's not confirmed yet. I don't know. Are we all in danger? Is that how quickly they can kill whistleblowers? I don't know. But here's her video.
Wir haben Samstag, den 27. November 21. Am Dienstag, dem 23. circa um 10 Uhr morgens wurde das Video veröffentlicht zum Thema Graphenhydroxid. Das Video hat eingeschlagen wie eine Bombe. Zeitgleich hat Andreas ein Zoom-Call-Interview geführt mit Harald Thiers. Ich habe die Kamera gemacht und habe aber parallel mitbekommen, was in den Chats passiert, was in den Kanälen passiert. Das Interview hat ca. 2 Stunden gedauert. Und danach haben wir uns noch ausgetauscht. Kurz. Haben uns gesagt, wie sehr wir uns lieben, haben gelacht. Und kurz darauf wurde Andreas heftigst angegriffen. Der Angriff war extrem hinterhältig und unerwartet. Und ich habe die schreckliche Aufgabe, euch zu sagen, dass Andreas es leider nicht überlebt hat. Diese Nachricht ist extrem schockierend für uns alle, aber Andreas ist in mir und ich bin ein Teil von ihm. Wir sind eins und alle Infos sind draußen. Wir wissen alles, was wir wissen müssen. Und ich brauche euch jetzt. Es ist jetzt an der Zeit, Taten folgen zu lassen. Es ist jetzt an der Zeit, dass ihr wirklich anfangt zu glauben. Und wir müssen jetzt seinen Plan umsetzen. Wir haben nichts mehr zu verlieren. Es geht um die gesamte Menschheit. Er hat es für euch gemacht. Er ist für euch gestorben. Er hatte keine Angst vorm Sterben, er hat es in Kauf genommen. Dass es auf diese Art geschehen muss, ist schrecklich. Es war nicht der Plan, dass er so schnell von uns geht. Aber wie gesagt, nehmt die Energie des Feindes auf. Wir müssen die Energie jetzt nutzen und gegen sie richten, für uns nutzen. Und ich brauche euch jetzt. Ich krieg's nicht alleine hin. Also, bitte kommt in die Pötte. Ich werde euch Genaueres erzählen. Bitte dreht nicht durch. Together we stand, divided we fall. Let's stand together as a team. Zum ersten Mal. Ich zähle auf euch.
Entschuldigung, Entschuldigung kurz. Edgar. Entschuldigung, hier, die Polizei ist gerade da. Die Polizei ist gerade da. Ja.
Und jetzt?
Mach mal bitte auf. Ja, ich weiß nicht, was los ist.
Das ist doch gerade ein
Ich weiß nicht.
Guck mal, wir haben vorhin über Angst gesprochen.
Moment, hier ist gerade die Polizei, bricht gerade die Tür auf. Polizei! Ich will die Hände sehen! Auf den Boden, runter, beide! Runter auf den Boden! Geh runter! Geh beide nach oben, stopp mal, Jungs! Den Hund wegziehen, sofort den Hund wegziehen! 2 Personen hier! Am Boden liegen bleiben! Wie sind Ihre Namen? Wie heißen Sie? Wie heißen Sie?
Ich bin Andreas Noah.
Sonst irgendwelche Messer, Waffen, irgendwas einstecken?
Nein.
Computer aus. Kannst du hier übernehmen, Simon? Eine Person bitte?
Also der Hund macht es als riesig mit meiner.
Okay, wie sind Ihre Namen?
Robert, Steger.
Mach unten Strom alles weg. Wie sind Ihre Namen?
Robert, Steger.
Ihr Name?
Ich heiße Andreas Noah.
Wie bitte?
Ich bin Andreas Noah.
Okay. Olli, unten da, lass den. Aber nur
tulichukua sample za mbuzi, tukachukua sample za kondoo, tukachukua sample za papai, tukachukua sample za oili ya gari na sample za vitu vingine mbalimbali, tukavipeleka pale kwenye maabara bila wao kujua, na tukazipa majina. Sample ya oili kwa mfano iliyotoka kwa gari tulilipa jina ya Jabiri Hamza mwenye miaka 30, male. Ile ilileta negative. Tulipopeleka sample ya fenesi ambalo tuiipa jina la Sara Samuel miaka 45, female, matokeo yake yalikuwa unconclusive. Tulipopeleka sample ya papai tukaipa jina Elizabeth Anne miaka 26, female, papai lile lilikuwa positive kwamba lina corona. Maana yake maji mle ndani zilizotolewa mle kwenye papai ni positive. Tulipeleka sample ya ndege Kware, imekuwa positive. Tumepeleka sungura, ikawa determinant. Tumechukua mbuzi, akawa positive. Tukachukua kondoo, akawa negative, na kadhalika na kadhalika. Sasa ukishaona umepeleka sample ukamwambia huyu ni binadamu, halafu ikaji ikaletewa positive kwamba ina corona, maana yake labda mapapai yote yale nayo yangewekewa isolation. ukipeleka mbuzi za sample nazo zikawa positive, maana yake mbuzi wote tulionao hapa labda by assumption, au huyo mbuzi waliopelekwa nao walitakiwa wapewe kwenye isolation. Ukipeleka fenesi likawa positive, makamasi yake yale ambalo tuliyapa jina la Elizabeth, maana yake Elizabeth fenesi, nayo mafenesi yalitakiwa yawekwe isolation. Kwa hiyo ukishagundua kitu hiki, lazima ujue kuna mchezo wa ajabu unafanyika kwenye vipimo hivi, kwamba kuna mambo ya ajabu yanafanywa katika nchi hii. Either wahusika wa laboratory ile wamenunuliwa na mabeberu, either hawana utaalamu, which is not true, kwa sababu maabara hii imetumika sana kwenye magonjwa mengine. Either zile sample zinazoletwa, kwa sababu mpaka reagent zinatoka nje, mpaka zile swap, zile vipamba vya kuweka kwenye nani mle vinatoka nje. Kwa hiyo lazima kuna kitu fulani kinafanywa. Na kama mapapai nayo yanaonekana ni positive, yana corona, basi WHO inatakiwa ifanye kazi kubwa katika haya. Na kama mbuzi nao wana corona, na kama hawajajua hii corona ina affect binadamu au ina affect mbuzi au ina affect hata miti, basi wanasayansi hatujafanya cha kutosha katika hili. Kwa hiyo kuna watu, kutokana na extrapolation ya hizi information nilizonazo, lazima kuna watu wameambiwa positive wakati si wagonjwa wa corona, na inawezekana wengine wakafa kwa hofu. Papai lile lipo halijafa, lipo tu linaiva. Mbuzi yule yupo tu wala hajafa. Fenesi lile lipo, labda lije lioze tu baadaye ya muda wake, lakini yale ni positive na vitu vingine. Kwa hiyo natoa wito kwa Watanzania, msiwe na hofu, na hasa kwa wale ambao bado hawajachoka hata hajaumia. Kwa nini uwe na hofu? Mbona mafua yamekuwepo, ila haya ni mafua ambayo yako advanced, nayo yatapita. Lakini kile kitendo cha kukuta hata papai la kula nalo lina corona mule ndani, wala si kwa ganda kwa juu, kwa sababu zile sample zingechukuliwa kwa juu, wangesema labda aliyeligusa ana corona, lakini wametoa with specifications kabisa vizuri, wakachoma ndani mle, wakaingiza kile kiswap. Wangeweza wakasema huyu mbuzi labda alishikwa akaingiwa ndani na mtu akampa corona, lakini mbuzi awe na corona, fenesi liwe na corona, papai liwe na corona, ndege kama kwale awe na corona. Ni lazima pawe na maswali mengi ya kujiuliza sisi kama Watanzania, lakini na dunia na Afrika nzima lazima ijiulize vizuri katika tatizo hili la ugonjwa, kwamba kuna kitu fulani ambacho inawezekana hakijaeleweka kwa Watanzania na kwa wanasayansi, lakini inawezekana hata duniani hawajakielewa. Lakini natoa wito kwa wale wanaotumia vifaa hivi, hasa katika Afrika, wachukue sample za wanyama, wachukue sample hata za kitu kichochote, hata liukuta, hata mjusi, wachukue anything, watakuja kuprove haya ninayoyazungumza. Mimi ni mwanasayansi, ninajua ninachokizungumza, na kazi hizi zimefanywa na watu ambao they are really qualified. Kwa hiyo nairudia kuwaeleza Watanzania, bado tuko kwenye elementary stage, tusipaniki, tuendelee kuchapa kazi, uzalishaji uendelee maradufu zaidi, tusitishane, na wanasiasa waache kuitumia hii kama ajenda, haitawasaidia. Lakini Watanzania tusikubali kutumika. Corona haiko Tanzania tu, iko kila mahali, iko Marekani, iko Uingereza, iko Uholanzi, iko Sweden, iko everywhere, iko Japani, iko China, iko kila mahali. Sasa wasitumie hii kama base. Kwanza huu ugonjwa wala haukuanzia hapa. Watanzania tusimame imara, tushikamane, tumtangulize Mungu wetu, tuchape kazi, tusiogopane, tusaidiane ili tatizo hili tuondoke. Na wale wanaoendelea kufanya mbinu za kijingajinga kama hizi ambazo nimezisema, kwamba papai nalo lina corona, kware ana corona, mbuzi ana corona, ni lazima katika scientific approaches watu lazima wafanye kazi. Ni waombe wataalamu wetu, vyuo vikuu, Sokoine, University of Dar es Salaam, vyuo vyote, NEMRI na kadhalika. Huu ndio wakati wa kufanya kazi na kuonyesha integrity zenu za kufanya research kwa sasa. Sina uhakika sana na mkuu wa maabara hii kama anafahamu, kwa sababu hata tulipokuwa tunapeleka zile sample hatakumjulisha. Yeye amepima akijua ni sample za binadamu. Lakini kwa nini na yeye hakufanya trial kwenye siku za nyuma ili kujustify kile kifaa anachokitumia? Kwa hiyo kuna mambo mengi ya ovyo ovyo humu ndani.
You guys want to hear some news that you'll never find on the TV because they won't report on it? Well, here you go. This is Jovenel Moise, former president of Haiti, was assassinated July 7th, 2021. This is John Magufuli, the former president of Tanzania, who died March of 2021. This is Hamed Bakayoko, the former president of the Ivory Coast, died March of 2021. This is Pierre Nkurunziza, former president of Burundi. He died June of 2020. This is Ambrose Dlamini, the former president of Swaziland, died in December of 2020. This is Andry Rajoelina, the president of Madagascar, who recently overcame an attempt of assassination on his life. And if you're asking yourself, what do all these men have in common? They were all against and forbid the COVID vaccination coming into their country.
Welcome to Liberty Talk. I'm Odessa Orlowitz. I'll be back tomorrow and the next day with full episodes. Today you won't see me on screen because I'm doing a quick episode with a breaking update. Did you know that the Prime Minister of Slovakia, who has been shot multiple times, had recently called out the pandemic treaty and also that he wanted to criminally investigate Big Pharma and the collusion between the last government and possibly Pfizer, etc.? This man has just been shot, coincidentally. I'm going to show you 2 videos on him calling out the pandemic treaty, as well as he saying that he's going to criminally investigate what has been going on with COVID, the vaccines, and the deaths.
Dámy a páni z progresívneho Slovenska, z opozície, videli ste štatistiky, ako nám stúpli úmrtia na rôzne srdcovo-cievne príhody kvôli očkovaniu? Ale vy to odmietate. Samozrejme, že to odmietate, budete tvrdiť, že očkovanie bolo najlepšie na svete. Čo viete o tom, koľko nám zostalo vakcín, ktoré expirovali, koľko peňazí sa vyhodilo do vzduchu? Čo viete o nákupoch zdravotníckej techniky a testov? Viete o tom, že sme preukázali veľmi jasne prepojenie trnavskej firmy na predsedu jednej z opozičných politických strán. 100 000-ové miliónové nákupy. Úplne zbytočné. Čo viete o manažmente? Čo viete o tom, čo sa dialo, pokiaľ išlo príjmanie rôznych opatrení, ktoré podľa nášho názoru podstatne viac zvyšovali chorobnosť, ako to bolo možno v iných krajinách. A všetci ste sa smiali na iných štátoch, na iných krajinách. Smiali ste sa na Rusku, kde sa postavili na princíp individuálnej návštevy pacientov lekármi. A podstatne lepšie to zvládli, ako sme to zvládli tu na Slovensku. Máme 21 000 úmrtí, ktoré spájame s tým, že vlády, ktoré tu boli od roku 2020, neboli schopné riadiť a hľadeli len na ekonomický prínos a samozrejme hľadeli na to, aby sa kláňali farmaceutickým firmám, od ktorých kupovali v obrovskom množstve zbytočné zdravotnícke pomôcky a často aj vakcíny. Nechcem už aj hovoriť o európskej úrovni. Viete, že som bol veľmi otvorený, ja som to povedal pani predsedničke Európskej komisie otvorene, že tie podozrenia, ktoré sú spojené s ňou a s nákupom, najväčším nákupom v histórii Európskej komisie vakcín, kedy si doslova do písmena vymieniala tajné SMS-ky s riaditeľom Pfizeru, a kedy poslancom Európskeho parlamentu Na posmech bola napísaná, vydaná správa, ktorá bola celá začiernená. Jednoducho nedozvieme sa nikdy pravdu, akú úlohu farmaceutické firmy zohrali a kto vlastne organizoval celý tento cirkus okolo covidu. Za týchto podmienok, dámy a páni, vláda Slovenskej republiky sa rozhodla, že vloží do programového vyhlásenia vlády záväzok, že sa vysporiada s touto témou. Slovenská verejnosť jednoducho potrebuje odpoveď. Potrebuje odpoveď ohľadne očkovania. Čo to vlastne bolo? Prečo boli ľudia očkovaní rôznymi experimentálnymi vakcínami bez akýchkoľvek skúšok? Prečo do ľudí boli pchaté všelijaké lieky? Prečo bolo celoplošné testovanie? Kto kupoval? Prečo kupoval? Aké množstva sa kupovali? Koľko to stálo peňazí? A skončíme pri miliardách. Pri miliardách. Môžete sa rehliť, koľko chcete, pretože vy iná nič neviete, len prejavovať neúctu k inému názoru. Viete, demokracia je o tom, že niekedy rešpektujete aj iný názor. Keď si tu vyrozprávate už tretí týždeň o trestnom zákone, ani vám nikto nenadáva, vás počúvame a vy rozprávate, tak buďte takí láskaví, ak máme iný názor, tak vás to rešpektujte, aj keď s ním aj nesúhlasíte. Za týchto podmienok sme sa rozhodli, že vytvoríme úrad splnomocnenca vlády, ktorý sa bude týmito otázkami zaoberať. My sme dnes pána splnomocnenca nielenže vymenovali, ale my sme ho aj splnomocnili, pokiaľ ide o získavanie informácií v rôznych inštitúciách. Predovšetkým budeme získavať informácie od hlavného hygienika. Budeme sa pýtať na Národnom centre zdravotníckych informácií. Chceme vedieť ešte na základe toho, čo máme k dispozícii, čo sa vlastne udialo. Ja si myslím, že pán poslanec Národnej rady, pán doktor Kotlár, je dostatočne vybavený, pokiaľ ide o informácie. Vidím, že je pripravený aj pokiaľ ide o zostavenie tímu. Požiadal som ho, aby predtým, ako budeme robiť akékoľvek verejné vyhlásenia, sme najprv všetko prešli na vláde a ja som absolútne, opakujem ešte raz, absolútne presvedčený, že jeho práca bude viesť k výsledkom, ktoré budeme zverejňovať a budeme slovenskej verejnosti hovoriť, čo sa to vlastne pre Boha počas toho covidu stalo. My dnes vieme jednu vec.
Some of you took the COVID just because in fear of losing your job. Okay.
Hey, Bishop, you just said something heavy there. No, those of y'all in the COVID, the vaccine.
That was a test.
That was a test. The vaccine. What they say could happen. All these. What could happen if you take it? You could what? You could end up dying. You understand? A lot of people died from taking it.
Didn't LeBron James' son just have a heart attack?
Yep.
Jamie Foxx just had a heart attack.
Yep. What could happen if you take it? You could what? You could end up dying. You understand? A lot of people died from taking it.
Didn't LeBron James' son just have a heart attack?
Yep.
Jamie Foxx just had a heart attack.
Yep.
Now, I do want to talk about occupations. There's certain occupations where, if I'm not mistaken, you have to get vaccine on certain things. I know the military, 100%. If you don't want to get any type of vaccine, you are kicked out of the military. And I believe in the medical profession as well, because why? You're around sick people all day. So I'm saying it because I remember a sister was calling and crying. She's a nurse and she didn't want to get a vaccine. If that is it, hey, we get vaccine. We go traveling. We had to get the yellow fever shot and some other things. Get the vaccine if you have to. If you don't want to, then leave certain professions. Just leave certain professions, all right?
A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
My son, fear thou the Lord and the King, and meddle not with them that are given to change. Meddle not with them that are given to change. Meddle not with them that are given to change. For their calamity shall rise suddenly, and who knoweth the ruin of them both?
I have not sent these prophets, yet they ran. I have not spoken to them, yet they prophesied. But if they had stood in my counsel and had caused my people to hear my words, then they should have turned them from their evil way and from the evil of their doings. Thus saith the Lord, Cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departeth from the Lord. For he shall be like the heath in the desert, and shall not see when good cometh, but shall inhabit the parched places in the wilderness in a salt land, and not inhabited. Blessed is the man that trusteth in the Lord, and whose hope the Lord is. For he shall be as a tree planted by the waters, and that spreadeth out her roots by the river, and shall not see when heat cometh, but her leaf shall be green, and shall not be careful in the year of drought, neither shall cease from yielding fruit.
That's not what you got up there. Hey, so what happened just now? They stuck that Q-tip all the way up there. You see my eyes watering, huh? I'm crying for you guys, real. I'm crying for you. This is what we going through to get to y'all to teach our people out here.
So Deacon didn't have a problem, he said?
Deacon have a problem, not with that snot that you got.
I don't have a problem.
Look at the snot.
I'm bidding all the white men air.
Well, Meditas, how was it?
It was great.
You didn't have a problem?
No, sir.
I see a tear. I see a tear.
You crying?
Hey guys, next.
Oh, shit.
Let's go.
He's gonna have to loosen up. You're gonna be a statue. Yeah. Them must be rumbling.
They do go. It was like they was campaigning for Big Pharma, man. You know, you couldn't tell me that, you know, these guys didn't secretly get a bag or something. The way it was, you know, trying to rationalize, you know, actually taking it. Normally you'd be hearing out of their mouth, you know, don't trust the so-called white man. He's the devil, this, that, and the third. But then this somehow is the only time we should, you know, not be cowards, you know.
That something's going to happen to you, because also they told us that if we took the vaccine, that what was this they said it was some kind of harm would hurt us, like we would die or something like that. I forgot exactly what they said would happen.
They tested on crab, horseshoe crab DNA.
Yeah, all this crazy stuff. Look, it's brothers that took the vaccine, it's brothers that didn't. I took the vaccine, ain't nothing happened to me. Never caught.
So you see them on the big box camp, them, the IOIC and the ISUPK. Some of them man they I take the swab swab up them nose, the PCR test. The other one I advocate for the vaccine. Both for the mark of the beast, and them man they now want them flock about the mark of the beast. Right? We get the grievous so already. People get the grievous so already from taking these so-called vaccine biotechnology weapons, which are the mark of the beast, man. But the big camps, the 50C13, IOIC, and ISUPK, them man, they not want them people. Right? Them have liquid microchips now. Liquid. And the WEF, where all of the world governments are subjected to, them I tell you so that, yo, the Bill Gates 060606 pattern will happen. You have to get this in your skin, and it already happened for certain man them, because they already have the liquid microchip them. You understand? And man them say, oh, you know, bro, them might give you a third strand of DNA, bro. It says triplex farming oligonucleotides, a third strand for DNA and nanotechnology. Them give you the 216,000 genes. The 600 times 60 times 6 equal 216,000 genes. The National Institute of Health.gov tell you this with the pattern right here. Now, what is an oligonucleotide? Right? A good example of oligonucleotides used is as primers for PCR. The same thing the man they want shove up them nose, them forehead, them matopod. And it's for the vaccine primer too. For put the Lucifer Ace and the cDNA inside of you, man. Lucifer Ace is a primer and probe. cDNA. This is why Bill Gates and the Supreme Court tell you say that them own you. Your Noah Yuval Harari said that the humans are hackable livestock. You understand? Ownable. Klaus Schwab say you have the thing inserted that you already have it in you. Them catch man them were not vigilant. The Lord was not with them. So yeah, shalom.
Let no one deceive you.
These vaccines are not just a precursor.
The vaccine is not the mark of the beast.
Hey everybody, Greg Laurie here, answering the question, is the vaccine the mark of the beast? Ready for the answer? No.
Is the mark of the beast here with the vaccine right now? Is that the mark of the beast? No, that's not the mark of the beast.
Do I believe is a precursor? Absolutely. Is not the mark of the beast.
The vaccine shot is not the mark of the beast.
I don't think that this is the mark of the beast, but I think it is a precursor.
There is no connection with the COVID-19 vaccination and the mark of the beast.
Because it's not meeting the biblical standard for mark of the beast. And this is just a precursor, this virus stuff and everything.
Is getting the vaccine, according to the Bible, receiving the mark of the beast? Why? If it is, why? If it's not, Amir, why?
Well, first of all, it's not.
Is that the mark of the beast? And I think the answer to that is absolutely not.
Saying that this is the mark of the beast, the vaccine, which it is absolutely not.
That's not really the mark of the beast.
The vaccine isn't the mark of the beast.
Some people think that the stab is the mark of the beast. I disagree with that.
Could the COVID-19, the vaccines and the passports and all these things be the mark of the beast? No, it is not.
This jab is 100% not the mark of the beast.
I know of not one single reputable Bible scholar or theologian who would suggest that the COVID vaccine or any vaccine is related to the mark of the beast.
If I take the vaccine now, am I taking the mark of the beast? Answer, no.
It's like 100%, sir. Agree with you. 100%. It is the precursor. Now, am I saying that the vaccine is good? No, I'm not.
The medical procedure right now, the V, this is from Canna, says it's not the mark of the beast. You are absolutely correct.
Now, the vaccine, as it stands today, is not the mark of the beast.
There's all these things that are they're trying to give you this thing in your arm or whatever, and is this? And I say, no, I don't think it is, but I think it's the precursor to it.
And I really believe we ought to view these vaccines as early Christmas gifts from God, not some tool of the Antichrist.
I'm neither for or against the vaccine.
Now, even though this isn't the mark of the beast, they're not requiring you to deny Jesus Christ yet.
Anybody that's been vaccinated, I haven't seen anybody get a shot in their forehead. Vaccine is not the mark. Let's move on.
He made them come up with a vaccine that is from God to us. And we must say, thank you, God. Yes, I know you're vaccinated. You're the smart ones, but you know there's people out there who aren't listening to God and what God wants. You know this. You know who they are. I need you to be my apostles.
Satan wants the allegiance of the populace of this world. He is not going to trick you and say, I got you. None of you, I pray, but if you are left behind, friend, if you experience him coming, he is going to require you to worship him. You're going to want to, by the way, you're going to get in line. Hello. Because you will agree with his policies and with his agenda. The Bible says the world will worship him, and they're going to get in line to get his mark. And by the way, that mark is regarding revealed in Scripture, buying and selling. It says in the Bible, Revelation 13, specifically buying and selling.
Retail giant Best & Less is the latest to announce only fully vaccinated staff and customers will be permitted into their New South Wales stores when the state reopens following months of lockdown.
And they won't be alone with
His Eminence, Archbishop Elpidio Flores of America, the highest clergy member of the Greek Orthodox religion in the United States, met with bishops from across the country on a video conference. The group unanimously affirmed that the Church not only permits vaccinations against diseases, but, quote, encourages her faithful after medical tests and approbations to be vaccinated with the approved vaccines against SARS-CoV-2, end quote, according to a statement from the Archdiocese. The statement continues on to read, in addition, although some may be exempt from the vaccination for clear medical reasons, there is no exemption in the Orthodox Church for her faithful from any vaccination for religious reasons, including the coronavirus vaccine. For this reason, letters of exemption for the vaccination against the coronavirus for religious purposes issued by priests of the Archdiocese of America have no validity, and furthermore, no clergy are to issue such religious exemption letters for any reason. ABC News. Pastor John Hagee, who was infected with the coronavirus last year, told his Cornerstone megachurch, as he was recovering, that, quote, we have a vaccine. The name is Jesus Christ, the Son of the living God, end quote. Hagee Ministries later clarified Hagee's comments, saying in a statement to ABC News that the pastor's words were taken out of context. Quote, Pastor Hagee himself is taking the vaccine, end quote, said Hagee Ministries spokesperson Ari Morgenstern. Quote, Pastor Hagee believes in both the power of prayer and modern medicine. These are not mutually exclusive, end quote. An article from ABC News, Franklin Graham. Quote, I would hope that the pastors in the pulpit would tell people how they can be saved from God's judgment, end quote, said Franklin Graham, president and CEO of Samaritan's Purse, and the son of the famed late televangelist Reverend Billy Graham. Quote, I think for a pastor to tell someone not to take the vaccine is problematic, because what would happen if that person got coronavirus and died, end quote. Quote, anytime there was a vaccine or something that could help protect you he was an advocate for, he took it, end quote, said his son Franklin Graham. Quote, I think if there were vaccines available in the time of Christ, Jesus would have made reference to them and used them, end quote.
The Mark of the Beast system is being rolled out in Australia. I'm going to call it what it is. It is the mark. Up until now, I have not said it. I've said it could be. I'm now saying it. It is the Mark of the Beast. This is it. This is the system. They're rolling it out. When they tell me, we're going to put something in your body, and if you don't let us do it, you can't buy and sell. That's the Mark of the Beast.
Right. In an email to Anthony and Kathleen Patch sent on October 22, 2021, from the office of Rick Wiles of True News, his official statement reads, quote, I did not back off, but I clarified what I meant. When I said this is the mark of the beast, I was referring to the enforcement mechanism of the vaccine mandates. In particular, the vaccine passport schemes are the first layer of the worldwide Mark of the Beast economic system. We will have to wait to see if the vaccine itself is associated with the mark. Not sure yet, but certain that the enforcement mechanism is the beginning of the Mark of the Beast." End quote. This reverse statement by Rick Wiles of True News about vaccine passports being the first layer now takes on a position more in line with it being a precursor. This October, Kathleen reached out to Chuck Baldwin's office by email and telephone. His secretary returned her call and apologized for the delay. In their conversation, the secretary stated that Chuck believed the vaccine to be a mark of the beast. Kathleen stated that she and Anthony believed the vaccine to be the mark of the beast. The conversation ended, but this didn't sit well with either Anthony or Kathleen. In researching and listening to some of Chuck's past public online teachings, they heard an audio clip where Chuck states that the vaccine and the COVID passport were virtually the same, and the terms were and could be interchangeable. Anthony and Kathleen did not believe this to be wholly true and needed further clarification. They reached out again to Chuck's office to gain a better understanding of the statement, a mark of the beast versus the mark of the beast. Kathleen left both a voicemail and email stating their concerns. They received the following reply and legal threat from Chuck's office. Dear Mr. Anthony Patch, whether Dr. Baldwin believes that the COVID shot is a mark of the beast or the mark of the beast, there is a weightier matter that must be dealt with. All of Dr. Baldwin's videos are copyrighted and may not be reproduced without prior written consent, which you did not obtain. The courts take copyright infringements very seriously and the penalties can be severe. Therefore, Dr. Baldwin needs a written affirmation from you by Monday, October 25, 2021, stating that you have removed Dr. Baldwin's video clip from your production and you affirm that you will not use any of Dr. Baldwin's copyrighted material in the future without obtaining his consent. Thank you for complying with this request in a timely manner. We wish you all the best as you proceed with your work. Sincerely, Chuck Baldwin's personal assistant.
A Republican National Committee official from Florida spread multiple COVID-19 vaccine conspiracy theories, even referring to the inoculations as, quote, the mark of the beast, according to a CNN K-File investigation. Peter Feeman, the National Committeeman from Florida, made the comments on his blog, The Backhoe Chronicles, according to the report. In May, Feeman referred to the vaccines as a mark of the beast, according to the report, a reference to the Bible and the book of Revelations. The mark represents showing allegiance to Satan.
They want you to be required to have something called a COVID passport, and this would mandate your ability to be able to travel, your ability to be able to go to events, your ability to be able to buy and sell. And I asked the question earlier today, is this something like Biden's mark of the beast?
What comes to mind in all of this is the line from the movie Field of Dreams, build it and he will come, or build it and they will come. The infrastructure of the beast system has been built and being carried out right now. It is here. People have been told lies about what to expect and how it will present. God has pulled back the veil, warned his children, yet still some do not hear. But you can't hear this with your human ears, or see it with just your own eyes, or even perceive it by way of intellect. It requires spiritual discernment and understanding. These are gifts given to the children of God. The world cannot and will not be able to receive these treasures.
I've always said that you cannot separate the spiritual from the physical. That does not mean a pulling apart, as some might perceive separate, but it means a cleaving together that is inseparable. though Satan and his technology, such as CERN, may try and rip apart the unseen molecular fabric of life, so to speak, between what is physical and what is spiritual. It cannot and will never be powerful or successful enough to do so. A cord of 3 strands is not easily broken.
We created this video to reach those who profess to be of Christian faith and have not taken the vaccine. We believe with our hearts and minds that this is the foretold biblical mark of the beast. It is here functioning and operational. Its intent and purpose is control. It clearly comes before any international leader who ultimately takes to the world stage to encourage and guide people in its workings and how-tos. This technology, being so far-reaching and encompassing, it requires a new type of leader and leadership to govern a global population weakened by genetic manipulation. It will trample all current systems of governance, supplanting and usurping human intellect for an artificial intelligence devoid of emotion.
Through the use of P3s, public-private partnerships, developed and orchestrated through meetings held by the Libra Group and Concordia summits, their agenda encompasses every major industry such as finance, health, education, and many more. The script has been written and parroted across the world. Not only governments, but every mainline church denomination is on board with the new path this world is forging. We are, to quote another movie, going back to the future. Only this time we're going back to the days of Noah, when human genetic manipulation and augmentation resulted in hybrid human spiritual beings, which we would today term chimeric. We hope that you find this information useful in reaching out to those whom you know have not taken this synthetic biotech material into their bodies, the temple of God's Holy Spirit.
Cherish your birthright. It is not to be given away carelessly for a proverbial bowl of stew or for entrance into any entertainment venue. Value and guard what God uniquely designed in you, life. He alone created you. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. May God bless you and protect you and your families always, and may you one day stand before Him and hear Him say, "Well done, good and faithful servant."
Hey everyone, Tom here with G247 Censored. Welcome to 2022. God bless you saints in the almighty name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. I hope you all are enduring in Christ Jesus with the armor of God fully on, as in Ephesians chapter 6 verse 10, and oil in your lamps like the wise virgins of Matthew chapter 25 verse 1. Well, it's now 2022, and it's going to be a very perilous year ahead. Today, I want to talk about the COVID 666 cases pattern. Since the beginning of the pandemic, mainstream media has been repeating the same pattern over and over again. And that pattern with COVID-19 is either 666 new cases, 666 deaths, or something related to the number of the beast taught in Revelation chapter 13 verse 18. Let's first read Revelation 13:18 and the number of the beast, which is the number of a man. Revelation chapter 13 verses 16 through 18. And he, meaning the Antichrist, causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, charagma, in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he had the mark, charagma, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. So, the number of the beast is 666. A score is 20, and 3 times 20 equals 60. And the 6 at the end makes the number 666. A number frequently used by Satan worshippers and the synagogue of Satan. Now, what I am about to show you could certainly not be a random coincidence because of the repeating number. But let's read some definitions as to what a coincidence is and what actually makes a pattern. According to Google, a coincidence is a remarkable concurrence of events or circumstances without apparent causal connection. In other words, they met by coincidence. Google also said that people also ask, what does it mean when so many coincidences happen? As for why do they happen, there are actually different theories surrounding it. Some experts believe that these coincidences are actually a message from a higher spirit or being trying to offer guidance and help you. Maybe they're trying to help you on this. Google also says, are coincidences signs from God? A 2009 survey of people affiliated with the University of Missouri-Columbia found that the most strongly endorsed explanations for coincidences were God and fate. Keep that in mind. And of course, how many times does it take to make a pattern? A pattern can be called a pattern only if it has been applied to a real-world solution at least 3 times. Now, let's go ahead and look at this repeating pattern and ask ourselves if this is a coincidence, pattern, or message. Also, I wanted to share with you that this is simply a random sampling of searches. This is not an exhaustive research project, meaning all the occurrences of this in 2021. With further research, I'm sure that many, many other instances of this have yet to be discovered. So, these are just some of the articles and headlines that display this same COVID 666 cases phenomenon from 2021. And since we just finished December 2021, we will work our way back from December back to January. So let's check out these articles from both mainstream media and governments worldwide. This first article is from 8kpax.com. Montana COVID-19 update, 666 new cases and 1 additional death. Further down in the article, from December 30th, 2021. Helena, there were 666 new COVID cases reported in Montana on Thursday. This article is from readingeagle.com from the same day, December 30th, 2021. Berks County Health System staggering under COVID load. As Berks, Pennsylvania, and the nation reel under the worst COVID-19 outburst of nearly 22-month pandemic, there's another tragic aspect to the surge. Further down in the article, daily statistics, 666 new cases and reinfections for Berks, effectively a pandemic record. Next article. This is coming out of Germany from the same day, December 30th, 2021, from butenunbinnen.de. 666 corona cases, more new infections than ever in the state of Bremen. In the state of Bremen, the health authorities registered 666 new corona cases on Thursday. What a coincidence.
Not a big coincidence, a coincidence!
This is from the Honolulu Star-Advertiser, December 29th, 2021. Hawaii records 3 new coronavirus-related cases, 1,561 additional infections. Further down in the article, by island, Oahu has 13,712 active cases. The Big Island has 666. Next article. Coming from Michigan, December 29th, 2021, miningjournal.net. Marquette, Governor Gretchen Whitmer on Tuesday announced that schools are hiring 560 more school psychologists. Further in the article, the health department reported that there have been 666 cases in the 4 counties between December 1st and Monday. This is coming from 14850.com, December 29th, 2021, the same day. The Tompkins County Health Department says that there have now been 11,675 total positive cases in Tompkins County, leaving 666 active cases. Next article. This is coming from Slovenia. Slovenia records 666 new cases of coronavirus as downward trend persists. This is coming from Italy. Salerno today. COVID-19, 666 new infections in the Salerno area. Ministerial data, December 24th, 2021. Another 666 infections in the Salerno area in the last 24 hours. Remember, in the last 24 hours, as we look at these next few articles. Next article. This is coming from eldiario.es. Aragon adds 666 cases of coronavirus in the last day. Further in the article, same day, December 14th, 2021, the General Directorate of Public Health of the Government of Aragon has notified 666 new cases of coronavirus in the autonomous community. Again, in 24 hours. This is coming out of Germany from ndr.de. 666 new corona cases in Hamburg. Incidence is falling. December 11th, 2021. According to the social authorities, 666 new corona cases were registered in Hamburg on Saturday. This is a newspaper in Luxembourg. Another 666 new COVID-19 cases in Luxembourg. There is a record of a death. December 8th, 2021. Further in the article, the fourth wave in Luxembourg continues to accelerate. According to the latest report from the health authorities, the country registered over 666 new cases of COVID-19 in the last 24 hours. Again. Next article. This is coming out of Trinidad from the TrinidadExpress.com. 22 COVID deaths, 666 new cases on the same day, December 8th, 2021. A teenager is among 22 additional COVID-19 deaths reported by the Ministry of Health yesterday. Further in the article, The ministry also reported another 666 new confirmed cases of the virus. The 666 new cases reported yesterday take active cases to 12,902 and overall confirmed cases to 76,601. How can we believe any of these numbers? Again, coincidence?
Maybe you think we're in cahoots.
No, but it's quite a coincidence.
Yes, that's all. A coincidence.
Next article from La Voz de Galicia. A new death from COVID brings to 666 the number of victims in the health area of A Coruña and C. COVID raises the number of victims to 666 in the health area of A Coruña and C. Further in the article, from December 3rd, 2021, the COVID claimed in the last hours of a new victim in the health area of A Coruña and C. With his death, there are already 666 people who have lost their lives in the health demarcation due to the pandemic. Coming from the Times of India, Ernakulam reports 666 new COVID cases on November 30th, 2021. Kochi, Ernakulam on Monday reported 666 COVID positive cases. Next article. Coming from Canada, the Toronto Star, November 24th, 2021, Ontario reports 666 schools with confirmed COVID-19 cases. Further in the article, it goes on to say there are 666 schools with a reported case of COVID out of 4,844 schools in the province, or 13.75%. Again from Canada, in Salga.com, province reports 666 new COVID-19 cases. The province is reporting 666 new COVID-19 cases today, November 14th, up 5 from yesterday and 7 more deaths. This is coming from the UK West Bridgeford Wire. 13 November 2021. 666 COVID cases in Nottinghamshire over 24 hours. This is another 24 hours of the same wicked number. COVID, the latest situation on numbers of cases by Nottinghamshire local authority area. The figures for Saturday, 13th November, 13 degrees in York Rite Freemasonry, show 666 new cases for Nottinghamshire in the last 24 hours. Coming from a Russian-speaking country, November 1st, 2021, in Bashkiria, 666 new cases of coronavirus infection were detected per day, meaning every 24 hours. Further in the article, meanwhile, 666 new cases of virus infection were detected in the Republic per day. Coming out of Michigan from mlive.com, November 8th, 2021, 666 infected across 104 new coronavirus outbreaks at Michigan schools. Michigan identified 104 new COVID-19 outbreaks linked to schools last week, resulting in the infection of at least 666 students and staff. Back in October 2021, the 26th, Nepal COVID-19 tally 666 new cases in 24 hours. The Ministry of Health and Population has informed that Nepal's COVID-19 tally has reached 904,513 as of Tuesday afternoon. The ministry said 666 new cases were confirmed in the country in the past 24 hours. Coincidence?
There's a scientist that was studying the human genome, and he studied it for over 25 years, and through much study and research, what he comes to the conclusion of is the human genome is made up of the DNA, the double helix, And each side of the helix has 72,000 genes, which combined makes 144,000 genes total in the human genome. Now, for those of you that know anything about the Bible, you know that's a number God uses. So that's a signature from God right there. That's his signature. And combined, they make 144,000. They're connected in the middle. It looks like a twisted ladder, you know, the double helix. Now, this new technology they come out with introduces the third strand. Through mRNA messaging technology, it actually breaks a strand and puts in a third strand, which creates a triple helix. Go look at the Queen ceremony. You'll see what she did. She kind of told the world what was going on. Go look at the lighting strand. The Queen, I forgot the name of the festival, but the Queen lit up the third strand of DNA. I mean, a three-strand of DNA, a triple helix. Anyway, so if you have 72,000 on each side of the double helix, on each side of the twisted ladder, there you have a strand that runs down the right side and one that runs down the left. One strand is the mom, one strand is the dad of that subject. And that's 72,000 per side. You add that together, you have 144,000, a signature from God, showing you are created, you are created by Him. Now you add that third strand, you've placed in now another 72,000. Now you have a triple helix. Now people say, well, this thing that's going around the entire world that everybody's choosing to get is not the mark. Well, let's look at that number. 72,000 per side for the natural genome is 144,000. Add the third strand in, it equals up to 216,000. The number of the beast is 666, or, as the Bible states, 600, 6. Now, multiply this. 600 times 60 times 6 equals 216,000.
Thank you for taking the time to listen to myself and my colleagues today, speaking to you from the heart about what we've observed and what we're recommending as the Global COVID Summit team of over 17,000 physicians and scientists from all over the world. We declare, and the data confirm, that the COVID-19 experimental genetic therapy injections must end. We must acknowledge that the COVID-19 genetic injections cause far more harm than good and provide zero benefit relative to risk for the young and healthy. They do not reduce COVID-19 infection, which is treatable and not terminal. Furthermore, the most recent data demonstrates that you are more likely to become infected or have disease or even death if you've been vaccinated compared to the unvaccinated people. This is shocking to hear, but it is what the data are showing us. The data now show that these experimental gene therapy treatments can damage your children as well as yourself. They can damage your heart, your brain, your reproductive tissue, and your lungs. This can include permanent damage and disablement of your immune system. We strongly recommend that these products
Your DNA is a right-handed double helix made up of these four things right here. And the helix is held together by sulfuric bonds that appear after every 10 pairs of nucleotides, every 5 pairs of nucleotides, every 6 pairs of nucleotides, and again, every 5 pairs of nucleotides. 10-5-6-5, 10-5-6-5, or in the Hebrew alphabet, Yod He Vav He, the signature of your creator, the signature of an artist under his painting, if you will. Now, the magic potion, if you actually read the patents, it is adding a triple helix, and it is adding more of this, which comes from a meteorite or a fallen star. And this 10-5-6-5, Yod He Vav He, the signature of your creator, quickly turns into 10-5-6-6-6-5. Do I have your attention yet? The inventor
it's
of mRNA
highly
hokey
probable
pokes.
that none of this is
He literally
clinically
says it.
significant. Okay? Now, where I'm at right now is why wasn't this tested? It could very well be that we're having genomic problems, including the formation of what's called triple helix, where the RNA winds around the DNA and then it gets replicated, and then you can get mutations. So it doesn't have to just be integration, which is what Rudy and the others were talking about. There's a lot of different ways that if RNA gets in the nucleus, it could cause bad stuff.
Mysterious fibrous clots are showing up inside people who have recently died. Some embalmers say the clots are found in most corpses these days, and they've never seen anything like it before. And a warning that some viewers may find the images in this report disturbing.
Several embalmers across the country told the Epoch Times they've been observing strange fibrous clots in corpses they work with. They report the phenomenon started either in 2020 or 2021. They say the clots stand out because they're exceptionally big, at a maximum as long as a human leg and as thick as a pinky finger. The embalmers also say that clots in corpses have become much more common. One embalmer said he finds them in 50 to 70% of all corpses he works with these days, up from 5 to 10% prior to the pandemic. It's not yet known if the new clots are caused by COVID-19, the vaccines, or something different. However, many of the embalmers say from what they've found, it seems like the clots are connected to the vaccine. Some doctors speculate that the spike protein used in the vaccines can cause string-like structures which the body doesn't break down. The clots found are lacking iron, potassium, magnesium, and zinc, which according to experts shows that these aren't just normal postmortem clots, because normal human blood always has those nutrients.
And earlier today, I spoke with one such embalmer, Richard Hirschman from Alabama. He tells us more about discovering these clots and what compelled him to speak out. Richard Hirschman, welcome to our show. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Stefania. Glad to be here.
Now, tell me, why did you choose to share your findings?
Well, I decided to share my findings because I felt like humanity may be at stake. There's definitely something that has changed that I have noticed in the blood since the middle of last year, maybe around May or June of 2021. And it's been eating at me, and therefore I have to come out and speak to say, hey, something's wrong. Most doctors aren't going to see what I see, and I have to get it out there because I feel like humanity might be at stake.
And what makes you think that this could be related to the vaccines?
Well, at first, I thought COVID was responsible because there were some reports of extra clotting that was going on with people that had COVID. However, so many people were having these clots but didn't have COVID. So therefore, it's the timeline of when this stuff, I started noticing this. The timeline being the middle of 2021, 4, 5, 6 months after the rollout of the vaccine is when I really started noticing the difference in these clots. Therefore, I feel like, there must be a correlation there.
And do you think that many in the medical community are turning away from abnormalities like this?
Well, I'm sure many people in the medical field are seeing it, whether they have time to investigate or whether they're afraid to speak out or be censored. I have no idea, but I know that there's people in the medical field that are seeing it. So why they don't come out, I don't know.
I know you've told the press about this. Is there anything else that you're doing to try to find out what's causing it?
Yes, I've been reaching out to some doctors. Some doctors have reached out to me. I have sent samples to different doctors around the country, and they are investigating this. And hopefully we'll come up with answers as to what this is. But most importantly, the reason for coming out was to find solutions in order to help people.
You're not the only embalmer seeing these changes. You've said that some people may not be speaking out due to fear of retaliation. Why is that? What are they afraid of, do you think?
Well, there's a few reasons. One, nobody wants to be the first one on the dance floor. But another reason is a lot of times it seems like the media, social media, people want to, ridicule, make people look like a fool. And so I think they're just afraid to speak out because they don't want to be made an example of, just like the doctors that have lost their jobs, just like the nurses that have lost their jobs for refusing to go along with the narrative. I think people are just afraid to speak up nowadays.
And why aren't you afraid?
Hi, I'm Britt. This is me before I received the Moderna vaccine. Some of you might recognize me from my Instagram post where I started sticking metal objects to myself and thought it was funny. Until May 22nd.
May 22, 2021.
911, do you need police, fire, medical?
I think I need an ambulance.
Okay, and what's the address of your emergency? What's going on?
I feel like I can't breathe and I'm passing out.
All right.
I can't stop throwing up and
okay. What is your phone number?
Body's going numb.
All right. Stay on the line. I'm going to get you to fire rescue, okay?
Okay.
My entire life changed within a matter of minutes. It wasn't just about sticking metal objects on my skin anymore, thinking it was funny. I ended up in the hospital for 18 days, 3 separate times, 17 doctors, numerous tests. I was diagnosed with Guillain-Barré, pericarditis, POTS syndrome, gastroparesis, meningitis, and many more complications, all as a result of the Moderna vaccines. I'm in so much pain today. I've been crying nonstop. I didn't realize that this condition comes with random pain. I'm sure a lot of you saw my daily posts and my blogs on Instagram. I was showing all of you what was happening to me. Most were kind, but I was attacked, belittled, ridiculed, threatened. The hospital brought security into my room to threaten me about posting. I didn't know what was happening to my body. I wanted answers just as much as you did. I was confused and in pain and hurting. The doctors at the hospital treated me with such disrespect and disregard and didn't call the neuro team until the 5th day on my 3rd stay. 1,500 pages of medical records, and the only doctor willing to admit that it was from the Moderna was the neurologist who finally came in and recognized me.
As the head nurse just walked in and said, "You're the one that just got diagnosed with Guillain-Barré, however you say it, from the Moderna shot, right?"
He demanded that she report my injury to the VAERS system and the CDC.
Finally, I was heard, and we will all be heard.
After being treated with the IVIG to stop the progression of the Guillain-Barré, I was set free and allowed to go home, although I had no idea what the road ahead of me looked like, and I was absolutely terrified. Some of you may not know how bad it actually got. I couldn't walk at a certain point and had paralysis from the waist down, had to learn to walk again. I've been put on so many different medications and none of the doctors talk to each other. So I decided for myself that enough was enough, and I turned to an integrative medicine doctor in Tampa. I've been receiving weekly IVs, light therapy sessions daily. Meanwhile, I was receiving a lot of support on Instagram, but also a lot of hate, and it was absolutely terrifying, the things people were saying to me and about me, influencers who people look up to. Instagram themselves was saying I was a fake, dismissing and blacking out videos of my own body and things that were really happening to me, that I recorded myself. People like me are real, and there are a lot of us, and we just want to be heard.
Jesus Christ. Look at me. You're arrested. Is the part of your kingdom?
Yes.
Is it?
But she won't take it.
What happens if she takes it?
She's ours.
She's yours. How? It's just
No.
it's just
Coloring works through medicine.
No, but it's
Have you noticed the serpents?
the serpents. What serpents?
Look at hospitals.
That shows medicine, the serpents. Is that what you're talking about? No, I don't believe you're talking nonsense. So you work through pharmakia, witchcraft. So is it all part of your plan? I arrest you in the name of Jesus. Part of your plan. It has black magic in it.
But she already knew that.
So he's got black magic in it. So what happens when people take it? What is going to do to the people in the long run? Kill them. Before repentance. When are they going to die? When are they going to start dying? What's the plan? You don't know. But the is going to kill them. Does the protect them from COVID?